I'm Victor Blackwell. Welcome to CNN Newsroom.
And I'm Allison Camerata. We are waiting on three critical briefings about the potential Russia invasion of Ukraine. The Pentagon, the White House, and the State Department are expected to give updates in this hour. A senior U.S. official briefed on the intelligence says that Russia could invade this week, as Russian President Vladimir Putin continues to position more troops along the Ukraine border, despite months of diplomatic pleas to de-escalate.
U.S. intelligence indicates Russian air and missile attacks could begin as soon as this week. The U.S. believes that Russia could target key Ukrainian military infrastructure. We're talking air defense, early warning systems. And then the Russians would further invade by entering from multiple points in the east and from the north. Now, that would include encircling the capital of Kiev within 1 or 2 days from the start of the invasion.
CNN's Erin Burnett is live for us in Ukraine. She's in the town of Lviv. Erin, Ukraine's president just released a complicated statement. We've been trying to parse it here. It says that he's been informed that an attack could happen within 2 days, so meaning this Wednesday. But Ukraine's the Secretary of National Security and Defense Council says the situation is, quote, under control. So what do you know?
Yeah, I mean, look, you're definitely getting mixed messages. And I would say when you look at the timing here from, where we sit 9 p.m. in Ukraine, you'd be looking at just over 24 hours before that, the date where President Zelensky says that there could be an attack. And obviously the defense minister says, literally, as you say, don't worry, we are protecting, not panicking. So there are conflicting messages, but it has been a shift from Zelensky where, here on the ground, just talking to some people, there's been some frustration that they don't want Ukrainian media to find out what's going on. They have to look at European media, that they feel that there's been this sort of calm, don't worry about anything, a little bit too much from Zelensky, that they do have concerns and they have fears and they want to see this more addressed. So it is a bit of a shift, as you point out, from him, but it goes in line of what we've been hearing, obviously, from the U.S., as we all well know as we await these briefings, right? Imminent, on the edge, crescendo, and words like that they've been using again and again. And it's a sort of a situation where I think there's a lot of fatigue of waiting and waiting for what may be something horrific, but may not happen, and they still don't know.
So I've also learned that the Ukrainian National Police, they're in what's called this enhanced mode, increasing street patrols, critical infrastructure protection. What's it like there?
So we were actually able, we called them tonight here, because that just happened after dark, to find out if that was nationwide, and they did confirm indeed that it is nationwide, that they're changing that. So they're stepping up police patrols, Victor and Allison, and they also say that they're going to be doing more monitoring and patrolling of critical infrastructure on a 24-hour basis, which is a shift. I will tell you, on the ground, at least in the hours leading into that pronouncement, you really didn't see any sort of a noticeable stepped up presence in police. You just didn't see it. But again, it's when you talk to people, they'll tell you, look, I'm gathering canned goods. Look, I was planning ahead a week or two for a vacation, and now I'm looking at only planning a day or 2 days, and a lot of worry and a lot of stress. So it seems that what you're seeing now in terms of the shift in police positioning and the shift from the president actually reflects what many people were already feeling on the ground.
Erin, tell us what all of this means for people in the United States. What does it mean for the prices here, for the economy, and everything else?
Well, obviously there's all the democratic and moral reasons that people care. There's the United States as a world superpower reason that people care. One of the biggest reasons, I would say, though, is what we saw at the Olympics, right? You saw Vladimir Putin and President Xi meeting. It was the first in-person meeting that President Xi had for a world leader in 2 years since COVID. And he had it with Vladimir Putin. They put out a 5,000-word joint statement that talked about common cause and no forbidden zones. And it is very much seen in U.S. intelligence and the U.S. government that President Xi sees what is happening here in Ukraine as a proxy for what they can do with Taiwan and retaking Taiwan, which has become, it's very clearly a goal of China. They have stepped up their overflights, their sorties since really tightening their grip on Hong Kong. So it is not just one place. It is a place that could be a domino effect. And for that reason, obviously crucial. Also on the energy front, incredibly important. Part of the reason, as you all know, the frustration of how Germany is sitting in a position where it finds it so hard to go along with sanctions is because Germany has not diversified its energy supply from Russia successfully. The United States obviously could become one of the largest suppliers of crucial energy to Germany. We have that supply, we have that ability. There hasn't been the political will in the United States, but that alone would be a huge economic benefit for the United States, and also completely change the game here in terms of the sanctions that Europe and Germany specifically would be willing to even impose on Vladimir Putin.
All right, Erin Burnett for us there in Lviv, giving us a picture of the climate.